First and foremost, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. We got this episode here that we're continuing from yesterday's pack opening. So if you did see that, we did a full court press, which we were able to get the Zachary Risacher, along with a few of the other cards that are in this lineup. We also did a pack opening on Monday where we were able to get Sheppard and Dillingham. So as requested, you guys want a full Rookies 2025 lineup for today's Worth the Hype video, so I got y'all. The only missing pieces of power forward, and we're going to craft them right now. I had to do some grinding offline to get Malachite rings. And then for those of you that are not aware, if you grind Moonstone round number 1, you can get Malachite rings. All you need to do is hit a 3-point shot with your shooting guard, which was really easy with the Fear the Beard James Harden. We were able to use this team here to get it done. So you can get 3 rings and then rinse and repeat to grind for more. For the Rookies 2025 theme, the power forwards that were available were Darren Holmes, Tristan Da Silva, and then Salwan. We could have crafted Da Silva, but since we're playing Moonstone tourneys, I figured it makes sense to go with the Malachite. We're going to craft them, and we should have a nice squad, and this should be a pretty entertaining video. As we do with every Worth the Hype video, we're going to start off by making the builds for the players. This is kind of the first time in a long time where I did an entire team for one thing for the Worth the Hype. But it makes sense with the rookies because these players have not been in the game before. For Rob Dillingham, he has a 5 and 3-point shot and agility. That's great for a point guard. So we're going to focus on bringing up the other stats. So the 3 and defending is something I want to focus on. The playmaking as well. I think those are important for a point guard. And if possible, we're going to try to bring up either the shoot off dribble, layups, dunks, or mid-range shooting. So for the Timberwolves, I do have some legendary shoes that I use with Anthony Edwards. These here max out his 3-point shot. It's also going to bring up his playmaking, and it will bring up his defending. These shoes are perfect for Dillingham. And with the Magic Johnson mentor that I have, we can boost up his shoot-off dribble, and we can boost up his mid-range shooting. For Reed Sheppard, he's got a 5 and 3-point shot and agility as well. Being that he's at the shooting guard position, I think it's important that he's able to at least create shots or be able to hit catch and shoot jumpers or have the ability to drive, right? Those are the 3 things you want for your shooting guard. So those are the stats we want to focus on first. And then if we have anything left over, then we bring up playmaking and defending. I got these rare LeBron 8s. This will boost up layups and dunks up to a 4, and it will max out his 3-point shot. And then with the Jordan mentor, we could bring up his mid-range up to a 6 and max out his playmaking. Zachary doesn't have any 5s. It's not always a bad thing, especially if the player has a lot of 4s. It gives you a lot of opportunities to create a build that works for you. I got these legendary shoes I use with Trae Young. They're perfect. This brings up his mid-range up to a 6, 3-point shot up to a 6, and playmaking up to a 6. So now with the mentor, we kind of could just bring up maybe layups and dunks, maybe bring up his rebounding because he is a small forward, should be able to rebound a little bit, or we could bring up his defending. So at the moment, I don't have a mentor that makes sense to use for him. So we're actually going to make one. I've been receiving comments asking how to make a good mentor. So it's a good opportunity to do that. So when I'm making a mentor for a player, there's a couple of things you want to do. I personally think that you should have a shoe already set up for the player. So if the shoe is not maxed out, work on maxing it out. If you need to figure out what stats are remaining for that shoe, you can always look at the gear list. I'll leave the link in the description. It gives you an idea of what stats that shoe is going to give your player. Once you have an idea what those stats are, then you want to grind the shoe, you max it out, and then once it's maxed out, then you'll figure out what stats you want to make the mentor have. So right now, we know that we want to have layups and dunks and shoot off dribble, or we can have rebounding and defending, right? Either one of those 4. So we're going to try to look for a player to use. One of the first things I look at when I'm trying to consider what player to use is their team. I'm not necessarily looking at the rarity always. I'm looking at the team that they play for, and then I want to see if I have a player for that team for the same position. So for the Atlanta Hawks, for small forwards, the closest thing that I have is a purple sapphire, and that will be Dominique Wilkins. So purple sapphire mentors are still pretty good. They give you 60K power boost, and when it's for the same team, you get an 81,000 power boost. That's really like the best trick to get you to the next rarity if you're pretty close. And that helped me out big time on my no money spend account as well. So now that we know we're going to go with Dominique Wilkins, you want to see what stats Dominique Wilkins has a 5 in. Key is to max out those stats. So if you're able to max out those stats to a 7, that will give you a mentor that will have +2. So for Dominique Wilkins, he has a 5 in defending, which is great. That's going to help us. He has the 5 in shoot-off dribble and layups and dunks as well. So he's actually the perfect mentor to add on to Risacher. So now we got to try to first max out this Dominique Wilkins. But another little trick that you could do, let's say you don't want to waste a good shoe on the mentor, you can add on another mentor. So if that other mentor has one of the stats that you're looking for, like for example, Clyde Drexler has a +2 layups and dunks. That will max out Dominique's layups and dunks, and all I need to do now is find a gear that has a +2 to defending. And a lot of the rare shoes have those stats. Look, you could use a Curry 4 low. If you didn't want to do that and you wanted to boost up the shoot off dribble, then just look for your shoes. They don't have to be maxed out shoes. Now we can save your maxed out shoes for players that you're looking to set up. So let's try these KD on Pearls. This maxes out his shoot off dribble. And then now we're going to throw on the Mentor. Now, obviously, if you don't have a lot of coins, adding on the Mentor is not always the best idea. Even though the price did go down, it still could get costly, right? So if you don't want to do that, then just add on the maxed out shoe that has 2+2 stats. So like this Curry 8 rare shoe, you can add on. You know, of course, it has to match the stats that you're looking for. If not, then you have to use one of your epic shoes that have 2+2 stats. So like, let's say we did these Peak Lightning 6. We're able to get the +2 for the defending, but you won't get it for the 3-point shot. The 3-point shot will only be a +1. Let's work on maxing out this Dominique Wilkins real quick. We maxed out the Dominique Wilkins. Now we're going to create this Mentor that we were talking about. All right, so we added on the KD on Pearls rare shoe. Only one stat, not maxed out. I really think this is probably the most efficient way to do it because you're not wasting your good shoes on a Mentor. And then we added on the Clyde Drexler Mentor. Now it cost me 500 coins because I use this Clyde Drexler Mentor a lot to do things like this. But again, if you don't want to use coins to add on the other Mentor, just add on a shoe that has 2+2 stats that will max out the stat on the player that you turn it into a Mentor. I know that's a lot, but I think that's the simplest way I can explain it. So we got the KD on Pro on there, the Mentor. You see now we have +2 to shoot off dribble and a +2 to layups and dunks. So now all we need to do is make this Mentor and we'll add it on to Zachary Risacher, and you're going to see he's going to get an incredible power boost as well. So there we go. We're making the Dominique Wilkins Mentor. Now we're going to add it on to Zachary, so he's going to get an 81,000 power boost. I'm telling you, adding on Mentors for the same team in position is the best way to go about doing it. Add it on, bang. So now he has 6 shoot-off dribble, 6 layups and dunks, 6 in mid-range shooting, 6 in 3-point shot, and 6 in playmaking. He'll be average for defending, rebounding. He's going to be pretty weak, so we got to make sure if you are using a team with Risacher, you got to add a very strong rebounding power forward and center. So that's the build for him. All right, so now we're going to make a build for the next player. So he has a 5 in agility. Aside from that, he is a power forward who only has a 3 in rebounding. So we got to bring that up for sure. I also want to bring up his defending because I like my power forwards to at least be able to have some type of shot blocking ability. Got to raise up his playmaking a little bit. Maybe up to like a 304 because he's going to be too slow. So he's not going to be able to drive to the rim. He's going to be too slow on the court. Aside from that, I like that he has a 4 in mid-range shooting. He's got a 4 in layups and dunks. Surprisingly, he's got a 4 in shoot-off dribble. He can create his own shot as well. So let's see what we can do with him. For some reason, I get a lot of legendary shoes for the Hornets. Every event, a lot of times, it ends up being the Hornets. So we got a couple that make sense for him. We got some that boost up his rebounding, some that boost 3-point shot, and the Curry 2s, which will be similar to the ones we had with Zachary Risacher. I'm going to go with the sublights. So this brings up rebounding up to a 5. I felt like that was very important, especially since Risacher has a low rebounding stat. So we'll bring that up. And then for the Mentor for power forwards, I got the Anthony Davis Mentor. This will bring up layups and dunks by 2 and playmaking by 2, which works out for what we wanted to do. So now playmaking is a 4, makes it a little bit faster. And then layups and dunks is a 6, which will make him a good putback dunker. And in the post, he should be able to get opportunities too. Last but not least, we got Donovan Clingan. For him, he's got a little bit more that we can work with. Like defending's a 4, rebounding's a 4, strength is a 4 too, which is very important for your centers. You need them to be able to take contact down low. They have to be able to box out. So for him, we'll try to bring up those stats a little bit more as well. And then I want to bring up layups and dunks, and we might as well bring up his mid-range. It being a 4, that means if we put him at a 5 or a 6, he could be good on a pick and pop. He also has a 4 post scoring, which is pretty good as well. As crazy as it sounds, but I have an epic shoe that makes a lot of sense. Now, originally I didn't understand why I got +2 to playmaking twice, but in this scenario, it works out for the centers, so we're able to bring that up to a 6. And then I got the Shaq Mentor, which is like my favorite mentor to use. This brings up his rebounding by 2 and his defending by 2. So he's going to be pretty good down low. And he's still got decent enough scoring stats where he'll be able to help out if necessary. A lot of times we're going to run the offense through our guards. And then we're probably going to be using Zachary Risacher as well. But this is the Rookies 2025 squad. Let's take them into Moonstone tourneys. Good steal from Dillingham. He's going. He's got enough pacing to go. Nice jam. I like that a lot. Anytime your point guard got bunnies like that, we're going to have fun. We try to set a screen here. Here we go. Got open. 3-point shot. Okay, Dillingham. I like him so far. All right, we got the steal, Sheppard. Right to Dillingham. He's going to get the off the layup. Let's go. I was scared when he did the one off the 1 foot. But we take it. So he's balling so far. We got the steal. Let's get it. I want at the buzzer. Oh, I like it. Let's get it, folks. We got ourselves a game. Good steal. We are going. He's taking that. You got to reward the defense. So far out of the rookies, man, he's pretty legit. Zachary again, catch and shoot. He misses it. Sheppard from the corner, green light. You already know. Got a rebound, wheel pushing. Sheppard is going. I think he's going to the rim. Take that. He's pretty good. I like a lot of his animations. He drives to the rim, like automatically they push him to drive. Good steal. We are going. Dillingham's going to hit the cutter. Risacher off the glass. Let's go. Height advantage definitely kicked in there. Dillingham is a pretty good point guard. Good steal. We are moving. We're going to hit Sheppard. Mid-range, I will take it. We got rebounders there. Not necessary. All right, let's go. Crashing the boards. Risacher got the opening. Good crossover. He's going to the rim, bringing that down. Let's get it. You were smooth with that, man. Good steal. We are going. Right to Sheppard with the contact. That's okay. Sheppard's going to hit Zachary. Head fake. Oh, he's right to the rack. I thought we were going to get stopped, but he had it open and he took it. So he's definitely having a stronger second half. Let's go. We got enough time for another highlight. Sheppard was open too. Let's get Risacher in there. He's got a tough matchup with Kawhi guarding him, but he went right by him and he's going to the rim. Buzzer beater. Almost happened. Listen, I like it. I like it. I like that he was trying to get a poster there. We just didn't shoot it fast enough. I probably should have just did a floater. And not bad off the draft picks. We just got a Moonstone rewind card. Yeah, so there you have it. Rookies 2025 worth the hype. Dillingham, ball out. Good playmaker. Pretty decent slasher for a point guard. Decent jump shot as well. Sheppard is nice. Sheppard is a slasher as well. We saw he got a jump shot. Zachary took a while to heat up. Like we took a couple corner trays with him and he missed them. But he did get one later on. And I did like his ability to get to the rim. He was able to get some crossovers in there and drive to the rim. So I do like that a lot. Sawan, I thought was okay. Pretty good rebounder. And I think he hit a jump shot earlier in the game as well. So I like that catch and shoot aspect. Klingon is a pretty good center. Had a lot of rebounds. Had some good stops. If you get some of them off the draft board or if you do get the collectibles from the tourneys, because remember right now, both of the rookie collectibles are dropping from tourneys. You can use those to craft some of these players as well. Like Sawan's craftable. We were able to craft him. Dillingham's craftable. Sheppard is craftable. And then also some of these players are dropping off the draft board. So right now, Zach Edey's dropping, Buzilis, McCain, Walter, Holmes, and James. So those are extra rookies that are dropping as well. So as always, folks, I appreciate all the support you have shown on the channel. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay balling.